Hey, a nifty app that every guitar player needs to have is Ultimate Guitar. It can run on your iPhone or your iPad or even on an Android device, and it's so useful. Now, years ago when I played in more cover bands, I used to go out to the internet and get tab and chords from a place called Harmony Central. And apparently, Ultimate Guitar bought that company in 2006, developed an app, and it's really useful. You can't do without it. Let me show you how it works. Click on the icon and start it up. When you start it up, it's going to start off with a social page where other musicians have posted them playing songs that are probably in your playlist. But we're not going to focus on that right now. We're going to go over to the search capability, and you'll see that you can search for songs in many different ways. You can search by genre and browse through the genre if you're looking for a particular song, and it'll come up with songs that meet that genre filter. The other thing you can do is just put in a name. I'm looking for something for the Beatles. Depending on whether you have the Pro version or the standard free version, you're going to see different versions of the song. Here you've got more than 14 different versions of this particular song. But the one that shows up at the top is probably going to be the best. The Pro release is curated by people from Ultimate Guitar, and it's probably the best version that you're going to see. Initially, when it comes up, it's going to show you the chords, and you can play those chords if you don't know what they sound like. Which is a really nice feature. Now, it lists the tuning of the guitar and what key the song is in right up at the top. And what's going to happen when you play this is that it will scroll through the lyrics just like a karaoke machine. You'll notice that the backing track sounds like general MIDI. It's not very great sounding. It's kind of standard MIDI drums, and the lead vocal line is led by a cheap synth sound. There is a feature called backing track, which if you click on it is a separate app that you need to download, but it's integrated with Ultimate Guitar, and it will load a higher quality backing track. Let me play that for you. And you've got a little mixer down here at the bottom that you can pull up. You can control the levels of each of the instruments in that song. It's got solo and mute for each. So if you want to mute out the things that you're playing, whether it's piano or guitar, you can do that. That mixer is really, really handy. If the song itself is in a key that you can't sing, there is a transpose button up here where you can lower the song by a semitone at a time. See, now I've moved it down to the key of G, and it will automatically play the song in that key. That's just a wonderful feature if you're learning to sing or play the song and you're a beginner guitar. Strumming patterns up and down will be shown right over here. The chords as you go through it are shown, and this view is the standard chord view. If you subscribe to Ultimate Guitar, you can also get this tab view, which is great for those who play tablature guitar and can read tab. The good thing about this particular Pro view is it has a fretboard of the guitar down here, and you can see what notes to play. It shows you where to put your fingers down, which is really good. And if you like that song, you can add it to a playlist and say, okay, that's going to be on my nightclub gig. Okay. And you can create new playlists, or you can click on the heart and make that a favorite, which is really wonderful. The whole idea with the playlists is that you can create playlists that might be related to a gig that you're going to have. So if I go over to the tabs view here, I've got playlists, and you'll see I've created a playlist called Nightclub Gig, and I've added 2 of the songs that I plan to play. So you really don't even need a band. With that backing track capability, you can just play through your songs, the lyrics will be there, and you can pick and choose what instruments the crowd is going to hear. There's some other features in here, like a chromatic tuner that'll pick up what string you're playing. There's a brain tuner, just another version of the same thing. And there is a metronome where you can tap the speed of a song, or you can enter in the number, and it'll play the metronome for you. Ultimate Guitar also sells courses for beginners, and those courses are really good. You can try it for free. There's more than 2,500 lessons to help you learn your favorite songs. The quality of this stuff is very good. You can try it free for 7 days, and then you can decide if you want to subscribe. And you'll see it's all organized into beginners, solos, improvisation, basics, and theory. It'll really take you as a beginner guitar level from an early level to an expert level. And all you need is this one app. I find this tabs view to be the best way to get started, as it shows all your playlists, the artists, and any tabs that you've loaded yourself. Can't remember if I showed you one other feature in here, is that you can control the speed of a song. By default, it's set at 1. But if that's too fast for you to learn the song, you can change the speed, lower the speed without lowering the pitch, which is kind of cool. So here it is at half speed. It's going to be very slow. So between the transpose capability and the speed, you've really got all the capabilities of a full-fledged digital audio workstation, which is quite amazing. One other thing is the integration with ToneBridge. ToneBridge is another third-party app, and what it does is, just going to click on that, is it brings up an effects pedal which you can install on your iPhone or your iPad, and with an audio device like iRig, you can plug your guitar directly into the iPad, and it'll give you settings that match the song that you're playing. So for this Eagles song, Peaceful Easy Feeling, it'll give you a little sample of what it would sound like if you're using. Isn't that great? Just so you get an idea of what those other apps look like. Here's ToneBridge on its own, and it has all these effects pedals you can choose from, which is kind of cool, and settings for each one of those effects pedals. But the great thing about Ultimate Guitar is, if you don't know what you're doing with these effects pedals, for each song, it'll tell you what the settings should be, and you can preview the sound and the setting for each one, which is really cool. You can get a stand that will hold your iPad. Now, I've got a big iPad, that's a 12.9-inch one, but you can get a stand that will hold that on a mic stand for you. So you got the mic up above and the iPad here, and you can just fire up the app, and you'll be able to read it while it's scrolling through, which is a pretty inexpensive iPad holder. It'll work for a small iPad, like an 11-inch or a 10-inch or a large one. It just has strings on the outside where you can pull the grips apart, and it clamps on to the stand. You can see from the side there. You can put it at whatever height you want.
You might be asking yourself, why is he sitting in a bathtub? Well, it's comfortable. Now, if this nifty app that we just went over is of interest to you, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you get notified when there's new videos that might be useful for you. Thanks for supporting the channel.